I'm from Delhi and going to share a story which is haunting me from past 5 years, and I am the only witness and victim. This all started when I was 20 years old. I had a friend. Her name was Sheena Upadhyay. She was an intelligent and beautiful girl. She used to top in college and sports. She had a boyfriend named Paul Sharon. He was from New York, settled in Delhi with his uncle. I was very close to both of them, since we used to live in same society. I am a software engineer now, and at that time also I was very good with technical things. It was 20th Dec 2009, the night I never forgot till today. I was at Sheena's place fixing her PC. She was in kitchen preparing some pasta for us. Suddenly I heard a knock on the door, which got louder every second. I rushed and opened the door. Paul was standing there with a fear on his face. He was sweating all over like he was forced to stand near a furnace. I asked him what happened, why he is looking so pale. He did not answer and he just hugged me. I felt strange as he was a very brave man and I never saw him crying in any situation. But he was crying at that moment like a small kid. I took him inside the house and tried to close the door, but felt like someone was pushing it towards me. I ignored it, as it was a rainy night, and closed the door with some force. Sheena came running from kitchen realizing that Paul is here, and certainly something is not right, 'cause she also never saw Paul crying in her entire life. I took him to the couch and gave him some water. Sheena exchanged place with me so that she can comfort Paul. After a few minutes, Paul came into senses and felt relaxed. Realizing that he can have a nervous breakdown, I advised Sheena to cancel the party plans and let Paul go to sleep. She agreed and took him to bed. I was about to leave the apartment so that they can have some privacy, but heard Sheena calling out my name. So I went to the bedroom to check, but to my surprise, they were both in deep sleep. I felt very strange and weird. If they both are sleeping, then who called out my name? I knew it is not my imagination because I heard it clear and it was her voice. I decided to ignore it, thinking maybe she is taking my name in sleep as I was with her all the time. I stood there for some time to notice, but she was sleeping, so I came out and sat in the living room. All thoughts were running in my brain. It was 12:55 a.m. I know the exact time as I noticed it when going home, when I started feeling sleepy. I crashed on the couch, but could not sleep as I was continuously hearing Sheena's voice. I wanted to get up and check, but I was unable to. Don't know why. Still searching for that answer. About after 1/2 an hour, I felt easy and light. I got up, rushed to Sheena's bedroom, and there she was sitting and really calling out my name. There was an absolute fear in her eyes. She was looking towards the empty chair without blinking her eyes. I asked what happened. She pointed to the chair. I saw nothing, and same I conveyed to her, but she was continuously pointing towards the chair. I didn't know what to do. I went near the chair and inspected it. However, I could not find anything. So I went to her, took her hand, and gave her a kiss on her cheeks. But she was not moving. I shook her, and she responded by hugging me tightly. It was like I woke her up from a bad dream. We remained in that position for some time, and she went to sleep in my arms. I kept myself there till she crashed on the bed. I was exhausted and feeling sleepy, so I lay down beside her, hoping to get some sleep. However, thoughts of the events were not allowing me to sleep. I was in a dilemma. Why she was pointing towards the chair? What was actually there? Am I dreaming? What the hell is happening? I was really confused and terrified, but one thing which was bothering me since I entered the room was Paul's sleep. How come he is sleeping so calmly? When we all knew he is not a sound sleeper, he did not even get up when she was calling me for help. I decided to check on him, but he seemed fine to me. It calmed me to a certain level, but still I was uneasy, 'cause that night was going on like forever. Next 30 minutes went nice and easy, but I was not aware that it is just a beginning of a nightmare. I was half asleep when I heard someone crying very loudly, and it was definitely not Sheena's voice, 'cause I never heard it before. It was like a combination of a female and an animal voice. Whatever it was really creepy and annoying. I got rid of the bad thoughts by saying to myself that it can be some street dog, but in deep I was convinced that it is coming from the apartment itself, as I could hear it loud and clear. I went to the balcony and explored the street with my eyes, but there was no sign of any creature outside. It was really dark and the street was deserted. I came back to the bedroom. Both of my friends were sleeping calmly. They both had a rare smile on the face. Maybe they are having the same dream, I told myself. I was talking to myself when suddenly I noticed that the chair where Sheena was pointing previously is not at the same place where I left it after inspection. It moved near the edge of the bed where Paul was asleep. How is it possible? It cannot move itself. Did I do it? But I remember I did not move it, so how? There was no answer to it, because I was the only one in the house who was awake. It was really freaky and frightening. Lots of thoughts were going on in my brain. Is there someone else in the house? Is it something like supernatural or ghost? If I am thinking right, then why it is not showing up? Is it playing with me? I wanted to talk to Sheena. I wanted to share everything I was facing, but could not as I was happy watching her asleep. It was exactly 3 a.m. in the morning when I heard footsteps in the living room. Now what? I said to myself, I decided not to inspect anymore and went to sleep again, but could not because I felt like someone is laughing and cracking jokes. It was like a group of people. I was getting anxious and afraid at the same time. Now it was enough. I needed to do something. I advanced towards the living room. I was chanting prayers.